Welcome to Sally Melodies classroom where we learn basic music. Chords Lesson 2. Remember what we said about chords in the previous lesson. We said chords or a chord is a combination of several notes that are played or sung together to form a harmony. In this lesson, lesson 2, I want us to look at how we construct a chord. There is no big difference between construction of a chord and construction of a triad. We follow the same steps, but there is a slight difference. There is something that we are going to add on top. So number 1, write down a scale. Write down a scale, and that will be your root. A scale. Any scale, whether C to C, G to G, A to A, D to D, scale. And then we say, write the third on top of the root. And then you form the scale. Number 3, write the fifth on top of the third. Number 4, double the root and write it above the rest. Double the root and write it above the rest. That is what has been added. That is what we have added. And then write the degrees of scales there below. The degrees of scales are these Roman numerals that will help you to identify which chord. Now, I have done some workout here down. Here on this side, these are letters. And I have used the scale of C. I have used the scale of C to C. I have chosen C because it is our basic. But when you are constructing yours, ensure that you construct B, D, G, A, F, E, any scale. After you write down, we are saying write down the scale which is your root here. And then we say you take the third. In this scale of C, your third is E. Come and write it here on top of C. And then you complete the scale from E to E. And then write the fifth on top of the third. Our fifth in this scale of C is G. You come and place it here on top. And then you complete that scale. That is what, when we were forming the triads, we formed it up to there. Here, we are dealing with chords. And we said that a chord is not limited to few notes. It can have as many as possible. But at this level, I want us to deal with 4. So what do? We double the root and write it above the rest. You take this root, which is C to C, and then you repeat. You double it. We say doubling. You bring it on top of the rest. After you have done that, you start looking at your notes vertically. Our chord 1 here has got 4 notes, which is C, E, G, and then we have another C that because we doubled the root. So meaning that if we were singing a harmony, if we were singing a 4-part song, we could be having 2 voices that are singing C. We could be having 2 voices that are singing C, and then we have a voice that is doing E, and then we have a voice that is doing G. That is what we were talking about. So, this is root, this is third, this is fifth, and this is doubled root. And then you start looking at them vertically. Now, here I have simplified everything. Here we were using letters. Now here we are using solfas. It is good to use both of them because they relate. After all, finally, when we start composing music and doing harmony, we are going to be writing the songs in terms of solfas. But the letters are good because they will be guiding us on the scale that we are using. Now, let's forget about the letters and look at the solfas on that end. Now, I have taken my scale from do to the other do. I am assuming it is C or any other scale. When we come to solfas, I have not specified. I want you to realize that when you are writing the scales on the solfas, it can be any on any scale. You write your scale from do to the other do. And then you take your third, which is mi. You come and place it here on top of the root. And then you complete your scale to the other mi. You look at your fifth, which is so. Place it here on top and complete that scale to the end. And then after you do that, you double this root. You bring this, you repeat this root here. You come and double it and paste it here. So, what we are saying is that when you are doing your harmony or a 4-part song, because that is where we are heading to, there will be 2 voices singing do, and then there will be a voice doing so and another one doing mi. Go to your piano or keyboard or melodica. You touch the 4 together. Do, mi, so, and do. One do can be this and the other do can be this. And then mi and so. You press them together. Do, mi, so, and the other do. Just listen to it. Is it singable? You just listen to the harmony or the 4-part singing. That will be chord 1. Do, mi, so, do. That will be chord 1. But you press them together so that you can hear how they sound. Or you can even look for 4 people. One can do the lower do, the other one can do the higher do, and then one person can do mi and the other one can do so. And then you hear the combination of the notes. One thing that I would like to remind you is that when you look at the chords, vertically, these 4 notes or 3 notes if it is a triad, they relate. You can see that if it is chord 2, the members of chord 2 are re, fa, la, and then you double the re. Re, fa, la, and then you double the re. But maybe fa cannot fit in chord 1. Fa is not a member of chord 1. Re is not a member of chord 3. Do is not a member of chord 5. And that is why we said, if you mix them and you misplace them, then you are going to have a discord. They relate to one another. And that is why we are saying, after you form the triads and the chords, start looking at them vertically. In triads, we talked about types of triads. We had major, we had minor, and we had diminished. At this level, we said we are going to look at 3. Now, same applies to the chords. There is nothing that is changing. We are going to be dealing with chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. They are major or primary chords. And then we have now the 2, 3, and 6. They are minor chords, which we are not going to look at during this time, but in the future. And then we have a diminished chord here, which is chord 7. There is no difference. The only difference is number 4, whereby we have doubled the root and we have written it above the rest, so that we can get at least a complete chord of 4 parts singing.